Hello? Hello, hello. Hello. Welcome. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Jason. Thank you for being here. Hello. We're live on Instagram. We're bringing Wildcat in here, Monica. We're bringing in our Twitter friends over here. Hello, hello. 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 Hello to Monica. Happy birthday to Monica. Oh, hello, Miss Community. Hello, Miss Diane Gibson. Hello, Brianna. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh, hello, Gail. Hi there. So we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got LinkedIn, YouTube. We've got YouTube, we've got Instagram over here. So we are testing out some equipment here for our live tomorrow in Mansfield, Texas. So you can see here, we've got the beautiful sunrise, or excuse me, sunset behind me with beautiful downtown Dallas. We're at the Wildcat office in downtown Dallas, and our window views, I mean, does it get any better than this? And this time of year, I mean, the sun sets against the Dallas skyline is just phenomenal. The way it reflects off all of our downtown buildings, pretty freaking amazing. So we are on a bit of a live blitz. We are trying to go live. Oh, we do. I agree. Someone said that they believe we have the best skyline. Didn't they just do a skyline contest like in the last 5 or 6 years? And I think Dallas made like the top 10, I believe. I mean, we really do have a beautiful skyline. And, you know, I know some of the locals like to kind of dismiss it, but man, I mean, sometimes Monica and I will be, you know, we'll be here in the office and we'll look out or even be walking back, you know, this time of year when maybe it gets dark a little earlier and we're just like, wow, I mean, how lucky are we? And something else about downtown Dallas, people are so friendly and so nice that they aren't true Dallasites. Well, I will say, I've been here almost 20 years, but I consider myself a Dallasite, and I tell people that I may not have been born here, but I tell people I got here as fast as I could. Texas, the land of the opportunity. So, I'm an adopted Dallasite. But people are so friendly. And I mean, downtown, we laugh because when you go to your local coffee shop or you go to, like, we have a neighborhood restaurant place that we like. And man, sometimes for a town of Dallas-Fort Worth, for a city of what, 7 million people surrounding? Yeah. Sometimes it feels like the smallest big town because people are so welcoming and so friendly, and we just feel like we're in this little bitty town sometimes.
That's true.
I mean, really. So it's really easy to take for granted and not stop and smell the roses, but we really are. We are a pretty fabulous city, if I do say so myself. But yeah, so this is the view that we get. So we've been kind of doing this little assignment of hopping on, doing some of these lives, talking about downtown, talking about some of the things that we're witnessing, some of the energy that we're seeing, some of the activity, especially in light of the investment that is happening coming from other parts of the country, other parts of the state, talking about all of the development happening downtown. Last week we did a tour at the Purse building which is a building that Wildcat owns that we are currently marketing for sale over off of Elm Street, just across from Dealey Plaza. And, the whole point was to do this walking tour, not only of the building, but being able to visually point where all of the development was happening around us, whether it was the convention center, whether it was the multifamily, whether it was Dallas County College, whether it was retail, whether it was Goldman Sachs' new headquarters, and just to visually be able to show people, it's different when you're reading it versus when you visually can see it. It puts things in a different type of perspective. So we've been trying to iron out all of our equipment because this is a new thing for us, right? We've got all these different platforms that we're streaming. We've been very clear on Instagram, but we've been struggling some with YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and we're trying to get that speed better because we want to utilize that more. Hi, I don't see you have any people in chat.
I see you.
I don't know what that means, but we would love to have more people in chat. How do we get more people in chat? Invite people. Who can we invite? Who do you know in real estate or who is interested in Dallas or who is interested in the growth in our city or investment or just really cool things that are happening in the South, specifically Dallas or in North Texas for that matter. We're not exclusive to Dallas, North Texas. Yes, invite Sharon Middlebrooks. I don't know who she is, but we will tag her. Can you tag Sharon Middlebrooks on Instagram? We don't know who she is, and John Beckwith Jr. We will need to tag them on Instagram because if you say they're important, Diane, then they are important. Because you know everybody. Network connection lost. I lost you. You see me?
Oh, okay.
Am I back? It says I lost you.
You're there.
Okay, I might have lost you for a minute. It says I lost you and now we're back. Are all our connections still there? Owner of Golden Gate Funeral Home. We'll screenshot all that so we can invite them in the future and connect with them. So we've been doing these little what do you call it, a charrette? Where hello, my fashion friend. Hello, welcome. So we've been doing these charrettes in preparation of highlighting some of our projects and highlighting what's happening in our city. So last week, as I mentioned, we went to the Purse building, and tomorrow we are taking our little show on the road. Hello, Erica. And we're going to Mansfield, Texas. So we have a project and a property that we have been, hello, my friend Andrew from South Texas. Hello, I miss you. Hello, hello. Oh, love me some Dee Dee. Yes, I would love to connect with her. So tomorrow we are going to Mansfield and we have some meetings with the city of Mansfield. And afterwards, we're going to go over to our site, which is a 45-acre site that we are planning a mixed use project. And currently, we have a longtime rancher that lives and ranches on the property. And we are going to go out there. We're going to walk the site. We're going to see Bud. We're going to talk about the project and some of the things that are going on over there. And we're going to kind of go the other extreme. We showed you last week the Purse building and everything that's happening downtown Dallas. We walked kind of around the block and you saw a very dense urban area. Well, tomorrow you're going to see a city that is in a transitional stage, that we have a project that is adjacent to their old downtown, but they are have a tremendous amount of growth taking place, and we're going to walk that property and kind of show you a whole nother side of our types of projects and some of the things we're working on. So that's why we're kind of figuring out some of our equipment and kind of making sure everything's going to work. So since this is such a new area for us, we're trying to work through all the kinks. So, but yes, Diane, I would love if you could make an introduction with Dee Dee. That would be wonderful. We would love to talk about downtown. We'd love to talk about Dallas. We'd love to talk about the migration. I mean, you know, I probably sound like a broken record, but wow, I mean, the last couple of months with the activity, specifically from the East Coast. Hello, iconic pineapple art. You know, it's really interesting to see the focus on our city, and it you know, the headlines the last week in particular, it's, you know, you wake up in the morning and you turn on the news and it's talking about, you know, the focus, whether it's tech, whether it's financial, whether it's real estate, looking at moving their companies, their investments, relocating, you know, to Texas and to Dallas. So, you know, with some of our investments, projects like the Purse building, you know, we're really heavily pushing right now, trying to capitalize on that, whether that is a company relocation because we're blocks, I mean, really blocks from the Goldman Sachs new headquarters, whether it's hospitality because of location to the new convention center. You know, there's just a tremendous amount of opportunity. So today, let's see, this morning we started out and we had a meeting about Mansfield. Then we shifted over and had a call out of New York about the Purse building. Then we had a marketing meeting specifically about how to market to the East and West Coast and outside of our local demographic, all the reasons I just mentioned. Then we went out for Monica's birthday because it's Monica's birthday. We went to birthday lunch, then came back preparing for our meeting tomorrow with the city. And the day just goes like that. So, speaking of, hello, champagne in the membrane. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. So, something else, looking for referrals. So, if you're a broker, if you're a developer, if you're an investor, I love referrals. Love referrals. So if you bring a buyer, if you bring a property for me to buy, I will pay your commission. I will pay you a referrals fee. I will buy you a handbag. I will, you name it. We have around here what I like to call the purse program. And I'm not just talking about the purse building, although I own a building called the Purse Building, unrelated to purses. Purely coincidence. I love to incentivize with purses. So I'm a highly incentivized person. So we love brokers. We love to pay brokers. We love referral fees. If you bring me a buyer or if you bring me a property that I buy, however that looks, I will incentivize. I don't know how I got on that topic, but so what else? Do we have any questions out there? Where are you calling from? We'll keep it short tonight. More than anything, we just wanted to test out some equipment. How do I look? Do I look blurry over on LinkedIn or Twitter or YouTube? I know I lost you briefly with the connection, but it looks like we came back. We had one person on the chat. And then over here on Instagram, we had a few late people join us. We're starting to lose the sun. So tomorrow is going to be super interesting because when you're downtown and you're doing a tour, there is a lot to talk about. But tomorrow, there's still a lot to talk about, but it's definitely going to be an adventure because when you're out on a land site, there's a bit of unknown. So, all right. Well, any questions? Any shout outs?
We have about 30 people joining us from Twitter.
Hello, my friends on Twitter, my real estate friends.
And we have a few folks.
Give me a shout out. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me if you're in real estate, what type of real estate.
Looks like we have some folks on YouTube as well.
Yay, YouTube. We're trying to get more involved with YouTube. We really got to work on our streaming. We've been a little fuzzy. But if you've got any suggestions for us, feedback, critique, ways to improve our equipment, we are game and we are open. Let's see. For those that are new here, a little bit about me. My name is Tanya Ragan. We are in beautiful downtown Dallas. This is our Dallas Skyline. I've been in Dallas for, hard to believe, but close to 20 years. I originally moved to Dallas from New York. Ironically enough, with all this migration, I tell people that I just got a little bit of a head start. That's what I tell all the New Yorkers now that are contacting our office. I say, well, just got a little bit of a head start. And 20 years ago, I was looking at going out on my own. I was living in the city. I heard about this opportunity called the Barnett Shale, which at the time was a oil and gas play in Texas. And I packed up my things and I moved to Texas to work in the Barnett Shale. And during that time, I learned about title work. I learned how to assemble acreage. I learned how to work with cities. I learned how to work with property owners. And I started assembling acreage. And the natural transition from there was into real estate. That when I built these relationships with the owners and I performed, later they came back to me and would ask me if I wanted to buy their property. And I started acquiring property. And that was what brought me to downtown Dallas. I had a owner that I had worked with in oil and gas that there was an opportunity to buy their property in Fort Worth. And then they also told me that they had this property in downtown Dallas, which brought me downtown Dallas. And that was 2000 and around 2008. And here we are years later. So that was how I got into real estate. And, over the course of that time, when I started to transition, I worked in garden office. And then I did some light industrial. And from there, I phased into some retail. And then into over a decade, I worked on some historic rehab and adaptive reuse. And now I'm at a stage where I'm wanting to scale and looking at doing a larger type of projects and taking everything I've learned, whether it's community building, whether it's organizing people, whether it's working with the city, whether it's the retail side, whether it's creating this story and maintaining the history, and whether it's parks, taking everything I've learned and sort of packaging it together and combining it. So that is sort of a full circle moment to where I am today. Hence Mansfield and what we are hoping to accomplish there. So, all right. How are we doing? What's our viewership look like, Monica? Any questions? Any shout outs?
How do we look? We've got lots of folks joining us on Twitter.
Hello, Twitter friends. My real estate Twitter friends. Where are you? Where are you joining us from? Hello, Bailey. Hello, hello. Great to see you. Tell us where you're joining from. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So we're talking a little bit about real estate, talking about some things going on in Dallas, in our city. We're talking about the financial, real estate, relocation, the migration, things that we are seeing as far as activity within our city coming to Dallas. We're talking about doing some of these lives to try to reach some of our audience outside of our local market. We are getting a lot of phone calls, emails organically, and frankly, we are a small office trying to compete with some big groups. And, the capacity to follow up and have these same conversations can be a lot. So I am a highly visual person and also a storyteller. And the best way, in my opinion, to tell a story is to visually share it. So whether that is doing a tour at the Purse building that we are marketing for sale in downtown Dallas, whether it is taking people to 1823 Cadiz, which is a block just east of the new Dallas Convention Center. That is a ground up development site. We'll probably visit that sometime next week, I suspect, just before the holiday. Whether it's going out to Mansfield tomorrow and walking that site. Now, that property is not for sale, but we will be, once we work through all of our entitlements, we will begin the process of putting together our, we will be finalizing some of our relationships of how we're proceeding forward with the different pieces of that project. So that's where highlighting it and sharing it gives us an opportunity to visually show it. What else do we have here? Any chat on your end, Monica?
I didn't see anything.
What else do we got over here? Anybody got any questions for me? Anything you'd like to see? I know it's a whole lot more interesting when I'm doing a tour because I'm moving around the site. Let's see, any other news that we've read or that we've seen that's of interest?
I mean, we're just killing it.
Oh, we're getting low on battery. We got 20%. So we'll wrap this up in a few. So let's see. What else? Well, I can tell you the days right now just go by like that. So trying to keep the pace. We got a lot to get through by the end of the year. So we're going to do our darndest to try to wrap some of these things up. So on that note, I think we will wind down. We're kind of losing our sunset. Bring me a buyer. Bring me an investor. Bring me somebody who's interested in downtown Dallas, either hospitality or ground up. Let's talk. Let's chat. How are we looking for clarity over on the so-so?
Yeah,
Well, that's a bummer.
we're getting there.
Yep. Okay, guys. Well, if you don't got any questions for me, I feel like maybe I didn't drink enough coffee today. It's all that cake that I had for Monica's birthday.
That's hilarious.
So those that don't know, I'm not a big lunch eater.
No.
I don't like lunch. I have breakfast, which is usually consisting of egg bites from Starbucks. I'm one of these people that when I'm on a whatever it is for food, I eat it every single day. If I'm on okay, this is my breakfast or this is my lunch, I eat it every single day until I'm so sick of it that I move to something else. And I have this food this fuel versus fun mentality. And I get so laser focused that I don't want anything that is going to bog me down or take me off my game. So, you know, sometimes when you eat lunch, how it kind of like makes you real full or it makes you sluggish. I don't want that. So I don't like to eat lunch. Or I eat something really, really light. So Monica and Michael call it a war on lunch. They say I have a war on lunch. I don't tell anybody else that they can't have lunch. I just don't really like lunch because it messes with my flow. It messes with my flow. But I probably drink way too much coffee. So is anyone else out there a non-lunch eater? I'm just curious.
No, we like lunch.
I literally forget to eat lunch because my brain overtakes my stomach.
Nobody. Nobody on this end.
All right. Well, please join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'm super excited. I love me some Bud. You are going to love him. Bud is not only our longtime rancher, he is also a professional rodeo champion. Yes, a rodeo champion. He won the National Calf Roping Championship at the National Rodeo. He is amazing. He is amazing. So I am so excited for you all to meet Bud, walk the property. It's going to be a great time. So we will put up on the page a meeting invite on LinkedIn. We will send something out on the other channels just to kind of announce it probably in the morning. And we'll put an Instagram reminder or clock down, whatever, for you to click to remind yourself. So please, I hope you'll join us. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.